The winner of this one is It's So Amazing!
I'm Aoife O Sullivan and I'm representing Ireland in the Miss World 2018 competition. I love my country. We have lush green landscapes, vibrant cities and friendly people. However, for some people, particularly young people in Ireland, life in the 21st century can be difficult and can pose problems for our mental health. This is why, as Miss Ireland 2018, I have chosen understanding mental health and removing the stigma around it as my Beauty with a Purpose project.
Mental health is very important to me. Something I've experienced myself, well, something everyone has experienced.
The major issues would be anxieties, low moods, problems in the families.
Some people would look at other girls like the same age as them or older than them and they'd be like, they have it all, they have everything, like they're good at sport, they're good at music, they're academic, but then they don't realise that that person goes through bad times as well. They have bad days and they have down days. They just put up like a mask kind of to disguise it.
Jigsaw is a youth-focused mental health support service for people aged 12 to 25. Their aim is to influence change, strengthen communities, and deliver services through an early intervention approach. I visited Jigsaw in Cork, and Amber told me a little bit more about what Jigsaw do.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'll show you the welcome room. This is one of our session rooms. We have 2 downstairs and we have 2 upstairs. This is where the young person meets their support worker on a weekly basis.
So who designs these rooms?
The young people design all the rooms themselves.
So what can Jigsaw do to help?
Jigsaw encourages young people to talk out early rather than leaving it till later and to connect with that one good adult, someone that they trust. It could be a parent or a teacher or anyone that they may connect with.
So why did you get involved with Jigsaw?
I got involved with Jigsaw because I'm really passionate about mental health. I'd be involved in the youth advisory panel and we're a group of volunteers and we would interview staff and we would promote Jigsaw and represent Jigsaw in events.
Despite the work being done by organisations like Jigsaw, 60% of Irish people still believe that seeking help for mental health challenges is a sign of personal failure. In Ireland, a lot of people who experience mental health difficulties are forced to keep their challenges to themselves due to a stubborn stigma that surrounds it. It is not so long ago that people in Ireland with mental health difficulties were institutionalised and locked away. This system and the negative beliefs that underpinned it has left a long legacy and a cycle of stigma has been ingrained in Irish society. Aaron is a young man from Cork who told me his own personal story.
I'm 25 years old. I'm born and raised in Cork. I've been working in retail for the last, 8 years. Currently working on my own photography business as well.
When did you first start experiencing mental health challenges?
To be honest, back as far as I can remember. I remember being in primary school. I remember just wanting to hurt myself, which sounds stupid, but it was daunting. There was nights there I was going to bed and I was afraid to get into bed because it meant getting into bed and being alone to my own thoughts, and it was actually terrifying. As time progressed then, when life got a bit busier, I think I was about 22, when my dad had actually passed away earlier that year. I went to a concert with my best friend, and during the concert, just some wave hit me and literally everything from back when I was in school just came flowing back in. It was, the feeling I got that night was just something, it's hard to describe. It was just overwhelming. My stomach was in knots because of the nerves. I got into the car and I thought that I wasn't going to take my foot off the accelerator. I thought that was it. I was going to drive straight into a wall because I was so frustrated, so angry that my mind was able to do this to me again.
Did you feel like you could speak to your friends about mental health challenges?
I guess in a way, no. Not that they didn't make me comfortable around them. It was just a topic that was so untalked about.
Aaron explained to me that a lack of judgment is essential to the recovery process.
Growing up, I didn't feel like it was a conversation that people wanted to have. Whereas now, I do feel things are progressing, and I do think that the likes of these conversations right now are what's making it become one of those things that we can talk about it.
Over the past few weeks, I've been visiting schools around Ireland, speaking about mental health and doing my part to open conversations, challenge old prejudice and raise awareness about the importance of looking after our mental health on a daily basis. People might presume that a girl who wins Miss Ireland must have had it easy being a teenager and must have always been booming with confidence and self-belief. However, this was not at all the case. As human beings, it's natural for us to compare ourselves and our achievements to those of people around us, and it's something that a lot of young girls can relate to. However, social media such as Facebook and Instagram only add fuel to the fire when it comes to comparing ourselves to others. We live in a world where we are bombarded with images of people who show off their perfect figures, teeth, beautiful families, holidays, etc. And it's so easy to get caught up in this endless desire to look and be perfect. As part of my workshops, I've been talking to students about the true nature of mental health and how we need to be mindful of how we talk about it. So name the stresses that there are growing up in Ireland today.
Like going out, you kind of have to have your hair done perfect, you have to have your makeup on, you have to have the eyelashes have to stick on all night. Tan can't be patchy. But then there's like the other side, like there's the school side and there's exams and there's you have to have perfect grades, you have to get into college, you have to do the perfect course.
And teachers sometimes they don't realise that everyone can't get 100% in every test.
And the misuse of words as well, people saying, oh, I have really bad anxiety now, and do you know, then sometimes people who actually are suffering from anxiety might think, oh, you know,
it's common.
I'd prefer if they didn't actually just say the word when there's people actually suffering, or with depression as well.
Or if something bad happened in someone's life, if they didn't get started on a team or something, they'd be like, oh, I literally want to kill myself. But they didn't, they would just say it, and it's just,
but
it's
then
not right to say it.
You never know who you're speaking to, because the person you're saying that to could have a family member or a friend who might have actually committed suicide. So you just have to be so careful about what you're saying and to who you're saying, because you never know.
I want us as a nation to keep the conversation going to ensure that every young person's mental health is valued and supported.